So I wanted to welcome all of you to the NRA Great American Outdoor Show. This is real America. If you look to your left and look to your right, look behind you and in front of you, you will see NRA members, you will see patriots, you will see constitutionalists, and you will see everything that makes America great. But if you could take a moment and look at the middle of the arena, that's the mainstream media. All right, it's kind of... It's kind of unclear if they like you, media. But, so we have CNN here. We have MSNBC. We have the New York Times. Exactly. And can I say, you guys are a badass crowd. You guys make the job easy. So gun-hating politicians and their promoters in the anti-gun media hate everything we stand for. They hate how we choose to defend ourselves, our families, and our loved ones, and they hate everything that makes America great. But most importantly, they hate those 27 words that we fight for every day, the Second Amendment. A well-regulated militia being necessary to the security of a free state, the right of the people to keep and bear arms shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. Say it with me. Shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. Louder so the media hears it. And many of them are live on TV right now. I could see their lights. So at this moment, let's make sure that their audience hears us. USA. Louder. We have to go louder, guys. Make them hear it. Awesome. Guys, but the fact is, every year, over 1 million law-abiding men and women like you and me, patriots, law-abiding citizens, use firearms to defend themselves, their families, and their communities. And the anti-gun media refuses to cover it. In fact, this same anti-gun media refused to cover NRA member Raul Mendez. Watch his video.
I'd rather look like this than be lying dead next to my family. This right here is the only reason we're alive. No one ever told my story, and we all know why. My name is Raul. On July 3rd this year, we were celebrating our freedom at a friend's house when the unthinkable happened. A neighbor we never met came in uninvited and started shooting at all of us right out of the blue. Before I can actually comprehend what was happening, one of our dear friends was shot and died instantly. Next thing you know, the shooter shot me right in the side of the head and through my left eye. I hit the ground unconscious. Everyone in the house was screaming bloody murder and thought I was dead. including my family who sprinted to a nearby bedroom and tried barricading themselves. What felt like an eternity passed, and then my eyes opened by God's grace to the sound of the shrieking screams of my wife, 2 daughters, and friends who knew I carried a concealed pistol. After a short struggle against 2 brave friends, the shooter broke away from the fight and started to reach for his second gun, with my family lined up as his next victims. But I put 4 shots in his chest and sent him straight to hell. If I didn't have my gun, everyone in that house would have died. The news vans would have been front and center, but because I did, you never even heard about it. In fact, each year, over 1 million law-abiding Americans use firearms to protect themselves and their loved ones. But in 2021, America's 5 largest newspapers published just 10 news stories reporting defensive firearm use. In contrast, those same newspapers had a total of 1,743 news stories containing the keywords murder, gunfire, or shot. We still have no idea why that man opened fire that day, but it has only reinforced our family's support for the Second Amendment. I was in the hospital for 5 days, and when I finally got out, I bought my family 2 handguns to train with. Evil will always exist, and we are more ready to confront it with equal force now more than ever. This family will never be victims again. My name is Raul Mendez, and I am a proud lifetime member of the National Rifle Association of America.
So Raul Mendez, NRA member just like you guys, he embodies everything that makes NRA great. 1 year after this horrific event where he defended his family, he became an NRA instructor, and now he's training other people around the country to defend themselves and their loved ones. So next, let me introduce one of our closest friends at NRA. Her name is NRA instructor Robin Evans. Robin Evans has trained 4,500 women, victims of rape, domestic violence, stalking, and violent crime. Watch her video.
We have been stalked, we have been raped, we have been beaten, we have been kidnapped, but we will never be victims again. Welcome to Chicks with Triggers. I am Robin, your instructor for today. What Chicks with Triggers is a safe space. This is a safe space for women. I have trained over 4,500 people. We're about uplifting women. We are about encouraging women. We're about empowering women. There was no safe space where women could go and talk to other women who have been in similar situations.
I was involved in a domestic violence relationship, and I actually had a gun pulled out on me during that relationship. He started following me everywhere I went. He started putting stuff in my car.
Moms that are single are very vulnerable. We're preyed upon.
They're always going to be able to have access to get their hands on a gun. It's either going to be you or them. And at the end of the day, you want to be standing there alive. How would you feel if it was your wife, your daughter, your mother getting stalked, abused? Would you want them to be stripped of guns?
Ban assault weapons now.
Every single person that's talking about taking away our guns, they plan on keeping theirs.
You control your outcome. We are faster than 911. I am my first responder.
Because of Robin, I have been more comfortable in handling and shooting the gun and also learning the gun laws. Any threat that comes our way now, I feel like with my gun, I can handle it.
If I needed it, I feel more comfortable pulling it. I am a mother of a 5-year-old daughter, and we will never be victims.
Yes, it's cool if you have it in your car. Yes, it's cool if you have it in your holster on you, but do you know how to actually use it?
I think the more prepared you are, then you can kick some ass. Now I know you're going down.
Like every single time there's a video out about black women learning guns or Asian women learning guns or Latino women learning guns, it's always saying, well, why does that matter? It matters because we weren't here before. This was a demographic that wasn't here before. The NRA is single-handedly the biggest and strongest organization, especially for gun rights in this country. And I think without them, we would be absolutely screwed. For anyone trying to take away our Second Amendment right, I say, come and take it.
So on October 7th in Israel, terrorists from Hamas went and killed, slaughtered, beheaded 1,200 babies, men, women, and children. And what happened here in America? Crazed leftists took to the streets and anti-Semitism increased drastically. We have an NRA instructor, his name is Rabbi Yossi Alfort. He took action, and he jumped into action and protected his community and trained them. Watch his video.
The nation is seeing an increase in anti-Semitic attacks.
I feel like a target. Explosives have been thrown at the synagogue right behind my house.
Unbelievable, the fact that these people can be on the side of terrorists.
Last year we had about 950 calls for service. Since October 7th, we're over 1,200 calls. So Maganam's mission is to train and empower the community to deter and respond to security threats. We're trying to give everybody the tool to be empowered to protect themselves.
God forbid something happens, I'd be ready for it.
I've put on about 7 of these lectures in the last 3 weeks with over 700 people attending in total.
My 21-year-old daughter, she was harassed on social media, telling her they're going to come to the house and kill her, telling her about Hitler not finishing the job.
You know, Maganam means nation's shield, and I like to say we're like a shield. We're about 30-30-30, where 1/3 is hired professionals dealing with institutional security, 1/3 dealing with community training, and then 1/3 is the, working with government, law enforcement.
We're able to cover a lot of ground and cover a lot of incidents that police may not necessarily be able to respond to in time.
A guy just getting out of prison punched a kid in the face, like an 11-year-old kid, obviously Jewish. We were able to get there within seconds, put the guy under private person's arrest. That's what it's all about. Going through the NRA instructor program has allowed us to, get the insurance, rent the ranges, do the instruction, which ultimately helps us to protect our communities better.
Going in, I felt kind of powerless. I felt kind of scared. And at the end of the session, I feel empowered. I feel stronger, and I feel I can better defend my family and myself.
It was fun. It was a great experience. It really was.
Thank you, Rabbi Yossi, for providing this format.
We're ready to protect ourselves and do what needs to be done. Thank you, Rabbi Yossi and Maganam.
So guys, that's what it's all about. But let's take a moment to thank all of you. Recognize yourself, because you're here today, you're defending freedom, you're with the NRA, and we will never let Joe Biden take our guns.